The game you love above them all. Football news, predictions, we have it all. You can watch or listen, that's your call. Just join us on Beyond the Ball.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Beyond the Ball. I am Colly and this week I'm joined again by the beautiful Big Paddy. Paddy, what's going on?
Lying bastard, you. Yeah, I'm good. I was fucking nearly back to being an Ireland supporter there. I was like, what, a couple of goals away from getting a jersey.
Do you know what? I was actually just looking at it. We're not going to talk much about it tonight, but just having a quick look at it. I was so happy after we got the win against Finland, and then we just fucking go and absolutely shit the bed against Greece. Now, to be fair, Greece beat England as well, but the way we lost to them was just a bit fucking shit. Like, Greece are actually very good, Paddy. But Jesus Christ, we fucking shot ourselves in the full Kelleher. Jesus Christ, that finally just shuts up the Liverpool fans. He's an average keeper at best. I've always said it. Bazunu was the better one. He should be our number one, but whatever.
He's looking for a move as well. That performance will lower his value anyway.
Yeah, you won't be getting much for that. But anyway, Paddy, we're gonna have a short podcast this week because we're only off the international break, so there's no reviews to be done for the Premier League. We're gonna talk a little bit. We have a little bit of news coming out this week. It's just gonna be about Fergie, and it's gonna be about Thomas Tuchel taking over as the England manager. And then we're going to be giving our score predictions for the weekend. So, Paddy, we're going to jump in. I know, look, have to keep the people enthralled, you know. We're going to jump in first off to the news of the week. Right, Paddy, the first one we're looking at, just news came out. I only seen it today. The Ineos group have got rid of Alex Ferguson and cut their his multi-million dollar or pound fucking contract with Manchester United as the ambassador for Manchester United. Paddy, I don't know what goes on in terms of like up that high and what the ambassadors really do. I wouldn't have thought an ambassador would have been on a fucking multi-million pound contract anyway. Yeah. But what's your thoughts on seeing this coming out?
Now, Ferguson retired in 2014. It's now 2024. So he was on about 2.2 million a year, they were saying. So on average, nearly around 20 million euro redundancy package for Manchester United after he finished as manager. Business at the end of the day, we've got financial fair play. He's still a director at the club. But like in terms of cutting costs, yeah, absolutely. I've no problems whatsoever. It shouldn't affect the club or how the club perform on the pitch. So we should be as shit as ever on Saturday, irrespective of the decision.
Do you think it's, how do I say this? Do you think it's them trying to cut the cord with him and getting like this, like get out of that era and stop trying to like live up to that? Or do you think it's just strictly business? Do you like it's not
just business?
Do you think so? Yeah, it's not a thing where they're trying to like cut that fucking people trying to live up to his expectation.
No, sure. If that was the case, then he wouldn't be sitting with the directors every week. Like Brailsford and stuff. And they've only made 350 staff redundant as well this year as well as a cost-cutting measure. So I think they're making big cuts all over the place. But they still refuse to cut Ten Hag, which is very surprising.
Right, Paddy. We'll move on from that. Not like I said, there's not much happening really this week. But the other thing that does happen, and I suppose this does kind of fall into a little bit of the Ten Hag conversation, is Thomas Tuchel has officially been named the England manager. One, it's bad news for everybody that doesn't like England, because I now think they've got a manager who is an expert in cups. And two, have Manchester United missed out on the opportunity of bringing Tuchel in? Do you think he was someone that could have been a potential replacement for Ten Hag?
I think if United had really wanted Tuchel, they would have got him in the summer.
Do you think, and were you not saying that he, I think, was one of the managers that they may have contacted and he refused the job or something?
Well, there's no definition that he refused the job, and if he did refuse the job, well, then there was nothing to say that we would have got him either way. So him going to
Yeah.
England makes no difference, really. But yeah, I think, look, if they had really wanted Tuchel in the summer, maybe it was a cost thing. Maybe he was looking for too much money, and they would have had, because they would have to pay off Ten Hag to get rid of him as well. So they seem to be a bit. I suppose they're being careful with the coppers, should I say? And maybe one of the reasons they're not getting rid of Ten Hag is because it will cost them too much in the payout.
Did I see that it cost something like 15 to 17 million or something to get rid of him? Is that right? Is that an accurate number?
Like that, but I don't know how true it is. Yeah, I don't know.
That's a crazy number if that's accurate. Like,
he only signed the new contract as well.
Fucking hell, like that is mental money. That's almost as bad as Chelsea getting rid of fucking Potter and paying him that amount of money as well.
Yeah.
Fucking scandalous. Paddy, so in terms of the England national team now, do you think, right, let's roll the clock back a little bit and go back to the Euros or the World Cup. Do you think that England squad with Thomas Tuchel may have finally taken it home?
I think they have a very good chance now, because I think he has the stature for players to look up to him and respect his decisions, even if they don't like them. Whereas if you've got a Southgate or someone of this similar ilk, it would be very easy for them to turn around and say, who does this fella think he is? But Thomas Tuchel comes in, there's a bit of weight behind his name and a bit of respect there as well. And the more senior players will make sure that the younger players fall in line for what he says as well. So yeah, and tactically, you could see what he done with Chelsea winning the Champions League. Wonderful manager. I don't think he was allowed to have the control he wanted at Bayern Munich, and that's why it didn't work out there. So yeah, I think it's an unbelievable signing for England. There were all the English fans and press were saying, "Oh, we need an English manager, They won't be saying that now at the next major tournament if they win it.
Well, how funny would it be if the next World Cup was won by a German manager, bringing it home to England?
Yeah,
it would be fucking brilliant. I actually don't think you'd be allowed back to Germany if you did that. So you'd be fucking executed. Right, Paddy. Well, look, there's not much else. Again, we can add on to that one. We're gonna jump on to the score predictions. Right, Paddy, we'll be looking at a couple of the games here. Like I said, we won't be spending too long on them. We'll give our thoughts and how we think they're going to go. So we're going to jump straight into the first game, which is going to be Spurs versus West Ham. Paddy, how do you see this one going? West Ham sitting 12th in the league. Spurs are currently in 9th. Obviously, not the best of start for Spurs. Picked up a couple of points in the last 2 or 3 games. Do you think this is one that Spurs will see as a 3-pointer for them?
It's difficult because it depends on what Spurs and what West Ham turn up. Because if the first half Spurs against Brighton turn up, they'll definitely win. But if the second half Spurs turn up, they'll be in a lot of trouble. But then I watched West Ham against Chelsea a few weeks ago, and they were horrid. They were so bad.
Yeah.
So look, this is a London derby again. So I think Spurs might just, considering that the last result, and they'll be looking to really bounce back from that, I can see them getting a narrow victory. So I'll probably give a 2-1 win to Spurs and Maddison to score first.
Yeah, I was thinking the same scoreline myself. I'm gonna go with Son to score. I do think that Spurs will nick it. West Ham, again, like you said about the Chelsea match, they were fucking dog shit against Chelsea. Obviously, good win against Ipswich there last week, 4-1, or the week before, whenever it was. But yeah, I don't see them doing too much against Spurs here, if I'm being honest. Right, on to the next one, Paddy. Manchester United versus Brentford. You will be over in the stadium for this match. Are you going to be leaving a happy man?
The Beyond the Ball budget went up a little bit, so I'm being commissioned to go over on a trip for Beyond the Ball. Yes, we'll be doing full-time analysis from Old Trafford. Hopefully not under one of the waterfalls from the roof, but we'll wait and see. I think to be honest, I think Brentford will score first, but I think United will end up winning. I think Bruno's going to get 2 goals.
Oh, he's making up for what he hasn't done this season.
I think he has a point to prove, and he's going to get 2 goals. But Brentford have this knack of scoring early. Now, I think United will stop them scoring quite so early to break that little record that they have going.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how I think it's going to go. Look, so that's I didn't give you an actual score, so I said I think it's going to be 3-1 to United.
Oh, you're expecting goals. Do you know what, Paddy? I think just because you're going over, it's going to be like 0-0 or something like that. You know? I think it's going to be 0-0. Every time I know
game
someone
last season I went to, it was torrid.
yeah, exactly. Every time I know someone that goes,
no, it was
over
1-0.
like
We lost actually.
Yeah, you lost. Yeah. Every time I know someone that goes over to United match, they never get a win. I know someone that went to I think 2 this season, and both times they didn't win. So look.
Well, that has to be broken then, because I love hearing those stats because they always have to be broken at some stage, and it'll be broken.
Well, look, good things come in threes, So 2 lads I know went over. You're going to be the third, so I'm due a result for Brentford here. I do think that now you're not going to like this. It's going to be a draw. It's going to be a 1-1 draw. I do think you're right that United or Brentford are going to score first, but I do think they're going to score first in like the first 5 or 10 minutes, and I think United are going to struggle to break them down. And then you'll score in like the 70 or 80th minute, but you won't be able to get the second goal. That's the way.
I think that's a goal. We couldn't
even be happy. Yeah,
the last one. That'd be something.
You'd love a first goal, wouldn't you? Like, because if you get like an equaliser chance there, you probably won't score again. So you'd like the first goal for a bit of hope, and then obviously that will be taken away when you do eventually concede, like always.
1-0 to Brentford, then 1-1 just before half time, and then we'll come out in the second half, get the second goal, and then the third goal near the end.
Okay, interesting. Okay, I don't think that's going to happen, but whatever. Right, on to the next one, Paddy. Bournemouth versus Arsenal. Bournemouth losing 1-0 against Leicester the last game week, and Arsenal winning 3-1. Probably a bit of a flattering result for them, considering they left it very late against Southampton. How do you see this one going?
Yeah, Arsenal are going to win it, I think. I would expect some sort of a shock at some stage over the weekend. With the international break, and the shock might be that United will win. But in terms of this game, Arsenal, I think I'm going to say 2-0 because they'll defend well and Saka to score.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Arsenal are going to have too much for them here. I'm going to say 3-1 to Arsenal, and I'm going to go with Kai Havertz to score because he's been pretty good this season. So I'd expect him to get in the score sheet. Next one up, Paddy, Wolves versus Manchester City. Again, Wolves have just been absolute fucking shite this season. They've got 1 point from 7 games on a terrible run.
Against Chelsea, didn't they?
They didn't draw against Chelsea. They got beaten 6-2 against Chelsea. Did they draw against United?
No, we didn't play them yet.
They drew against Nottingham Forest. So nobody to write home about. Now Forest aren't too bad actually, considering they got a draw against us. But Forest are a good team. But they picked up 1 point the whole season. They've been looking shocking.
It was 2-1 against Liverpool. It was. That's what it was. Apologies.
They're probably favourites to go down. I think at this stage they really look bad. Probably their get out of jail card last year was Neto, and he's now with Chelsea. So like that fucking world class bit of talent that you could bring on is now gone. Manchester City, obviously being Manchester City, a joke. Winning 3-2 against Fulham last time. Haaland is a cheat code. So, he didn't score in the last game, but we all had him captain, I'm sure, in the fantasy football. So everybody was pissed off. But I see City bashing them here. I'm talking like fucking 3 or 4-0. I'm going to go with 3-0 here, Paddy. And I'm going to say Jack Grealish to score for some reason. He doesn't usually score, but for some reason I just have a feeling he's going to score this week. What do you think?
Yeah, Liverpool struggled to beat them a few weeks ago. It was 2-1.
Yeah.
So they might raise their performance against the bigger sides. So I don't think it'll be an absolute walkover. I'll probably say 3-1. Because I suppose Fulham did get a couple of goals against City. They haven't got. Is it who's out for City?
Who's out? Not sure.
The most important player they never lose with them in the team, Rodrigo. No.
Oh yeah, Rodri.
Rodri, that's the one.
Yeah.
So he's so I'm going to say 3-1, and Haaland the cheat code to score.
Yeah, he's a cheat code. Paddy, last game and game of the week would be Chelsea and Liverpool. Obviously in Anfield, said it the wrong way around.
I want to hear from you first.
Do you know what, Paddy? I'd love to say that I think we'll beat them and we'll fucking destroy them here in this game, but I just think defensively Chelsea are just too bad. I think we will score against them, and I think they're obviously going to score against us. So both teams to score, great bet. But I just see Chelsea's now. You'll really see it here, right? If Colwell starts, right, and I'm going to just say this now: watch how many mistakes he makes, and watch how many times he's caught out of position, and how often he's caught on the ball in the back. A team like Liverpool, I did say, I think it was Forest, and then it could have been West Ham even. I know we got away with it, but the amount of times that he was so close to getting caught out on the ball, I'm just thinking that a better team will definitely punish them. And he'll be, if something bad comes through the middle, it'll be at the fault of him, I think. So watch out on that one. But I do think that Liverpool are probably going to nick a win against us, if I'm being honest. I'm going to say 2-1. I do think we'll put in a good performance going forward. I just really worry about us defensively, and I think we'll make some mistakes. We have been prone to making some mistakes, whether it be Sanchez or whether it be fucking Colwell or whatever it may be. But I'm hoping I'm wrong, and I'm hoping that we can get a good defensive display and we can get a good goalkeeping display. If we get that, we should be okay. I think we need to go with Enzo Fernandez on the bench. I really think he slows us down. I really don't think it'll suit playing against Liverpool. I think we need to make sure he's on the bench. I have a feeling if he does play, he's going to get booked quite early and he's probably going to get sent off. So again, another little stupid wise prediction, but I think we may lose this one 2-1. And I'm going to go with Salah. Salah's always the punisher. Paddy, what do you reckon?
It pains me to say, but I've heard the Liverpool manager talking about we haven't come up against a top side yet, which I think is fueling itself to every team that plays against them. So I think Chelsea might get the win here, and it might be. Well, I'm not saying they're going to win it by a lot. I think it'll be a close game, but lots of goals. I'm going to go for 3-2, and I'm going to go for Cole Palmer to score first.
Bear in mind, actually, Cucurella is out. He's suspended for us, and there's somebody else who was suspended for us. Fofana, I think, is suspended as well. So I think we're going to have to see. We actually probably are going to see Colwell alongside Tossin. I do like Tossin. I don't mind him. Now that I've said I like him, he's probably going to be the fucking person that makes the mistake. But I do think that Chelsea are lacking a little bit. But yeah, no, look, we'll see. Hopefully, it's a good game. Chelsea top 4, top 6 games are usually quite entertaining because we're so bad defensively and we're pretty good going forward. So it's usually end to end. So like our last couple of games against like the likes of Spurs and stuff like that have been pretty good. So and the Man City game even. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully Chelsea can get a result. Paddy, that's all we have. That's literally all we're going to be doing this week. Like I said, we'll be back to normal service from next week. We won't have any stupid international break.
Thank God.
Breaking us up, so we'll have full episodes. We will hopefully have some other content getting released during the week. A few clippable stuff that we can do. So for now, we're going to end it here. If you are watching on YouTube or if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure you hit follow. Make sure you hit subscribe. Like the video. Give us an 5-star rating. Sticking in our comments. Make sure you follow us on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, and Instagram. And make sure you tell your mates that we're the best Premier League podcast in the world because we are, Paddy, aren't we?
Yes. It's not a lie. We are the best.
Prove us wrong. That's what I would say. Prove us wrong. Right, that's it, Paddy. We're going to end it here. Thank you for joining me. It's been a pleasure looking at your beautiful face.
Thank you. You're sexy. And I like your new lights behind you. They're very nice.
Do you like them? I feel like I'm in a disco.
Your complexion.
Yeah, complexion of fucking gay. Sorry. Okay. You're right. Paddy, that's it. We'll see everybody next week around the same time on Tuesday, YouTube. We will see everyone then.